Listen, buddy, do I have a funkin' deck for you? Are you tired of being a loser? Sick of getting your ass kicked by aggro burn? Well, I've got the solution. It's called aggro burn. And even someone as brain dead as you can play it. I'll hook you up with my guy so he can sell you some casks. They're used, but he keeps them in great condition. For a low price, you can hire some boom crew veterans. Yep, no one has been booming as long as these guys. High quality cards at low quality prices. Better act quick. Whose pasta is this? This is high tier. Whose is this? Who's getting modded today? Yeah. Do I need a Vile Feast in this deck? I guess there's a lot of spots where you can use it against like Ember Maiden. I don't know if Vile Feast does a keep in this matchup though. It's pretty good. Well, we've got 2 merchants. Kind of nothing else matters. I don't see anyone else taking credit for it, so I guess I will. Yeah. I'm a new player, so obviously I'm playing burn aggro, but I dislike Get Excited since I waste another card for mediocre damage in a quick deck. Do you think it's changeable or nah? I think you can cut it down to 2, but no less than 2. You can replace it for an extra Static Shock or an extra... Sometimes the One of Blade's Edge is pretty cute. One of Blade's Edge actually gives you really nice flexibility because unlike Static Shock, which both deal 1 damage, Blade's Edge, most importantly, can deny lifesteal effects. If your opponent like attacks with the lifesteal unit, you can block and kill your own unit to stop the lifesteal from happening. That's pretty valuable sometimes. Also, it can sometimes be 2 face damage with Disciple, whereas Static Shock can only ever be 1. But it's 1 plus a draw, so usually the draw gets over that. It's mostly for lifesteal denial. Could this deck be better than the Ionia version? I will say yes. It definitely could be. It definitely could be. I don't really like that word. I think we'd all be better off if like that word didn't exist. I mean, if I pass here, he kind of goes burn positive. I probably have to like make it rain and then double merchant. If he plays a maiden here, I'm kind of sad. I don't really want my double merchant to die. I guess I can Vile Feast the Amber Maiden and then she'll die if he doesn't protect her. I don't have a good enough play here. I can't really pass. Like a good player would just pass back to me, I think, every time. The word could be. Well, okay. I guess it's like it's a more than one word. Whatever, guys. Well, like what the hell does it mean to be a word? Like just because there's a space between them doesn't make it not a word. What are you all, fucking linguists? Oh. Omenhawk. Oh, you shouldn't have. It's kind of rude. We call those phrases? Yeah, but phrase is a word. Think about it. It makes a compound word. There's plenty of languages where could be is a word. I don't actually know of any, but I'm sure they exist. It just so happens that the language we are communicating in right now isn't one of those languages. Are you guys really gonna nitpick me on that basis? And that basis alone? Come on. I guess I'll just blue card here. I've kind of fallen in love with this blue card. I think this blue card is the best card out of all 3 cards. It's just like... Why would you use anything else? Just draw and mana? It's like, cards and mana are the only 2 things you could ever need in any game ever. Well, that's fucking OP. Imagine playing Shadow Assassin in your champion slot. I mean, champion slot is pretty low value. It's like, I'll happily play a Shadow Assassin on a champion spot. Is this like genius or something? Like, is there a consideration to not attack here? I think not attacking here is really dumb. But it's sort of almost making me not want to. This is like... I think it's just too trolly. Oh, this guy is like an actual true mega mind. Okay, we're plundering. Would you still recommend burn for a ladder climb, or is that deck on the decline? Yes, and slightly. I think a minor decline isn't enough to really skew anything. It's like, I mean, if it's dropping like 1.5% win rate every week, it's not going to be something I wouldn't recommend. God, good old black market merchant. What's that, Swim? You're looking to sell your old cow Bessie? Well, I can give you the opportunity of a lifetime. Let me ask you, what do Hapless, Haunted Relic, and Brood Awakening all have in common? That's right, their stats are ass, but not anymore. You see, I have these magic beans that grow into a plant that'll turn all your units into a 4-3. How could anyone overlook such an amazing offer? You have to be some kind of fool, nay, a complete moron to overlook the value of these funny plants. That's a highbrow pasta. It's a clever meme. It's like less just outright funny, but that is like a very, very good approach. I mean, he'll pretty much attack with Twisted Fate. If not, I get 3 health for free. Yeah, it seems fine. I don't know, we don't really have like a great win condition here. This Sejuani's 2 out of 5. I guess that makes 2 of us then. This is a little weird. I think my units are gonna be fairly devalued and his card has Overwhelm anyway. I'm gonna have to kill it by chipping it away. And because I don't have any way, like, I'm not devaluing my unit stat line by doing this. So I think this attack is actually fine. It'll give him a block and he might actually commit to stop our Plunder. Like, he might do something here to stop the Plunder, and of course we don't really have any reason against it. And it's just because that the chump blockers aren't doing a lot here, and because we know we're gonna have to kill the Sejuani by chipping her down, that this attack becomes fine. And yeah, he's kind of like going out of his way a bit to stop the Plunder here, which is kind of all I wanted. I guess I can just glimpse. It's pretty free. 3 hours later. Okay. But I'm sure there's basically actually a universe where could be is the only word after all, says Swim in his desperate attempt to defend his Fox past from 3 hours ago. Only 4 viewers left on the stream. 3 of them are his best and most loyal mods, telling him to shut the fuck up as he only makes things worse. His girlfriend left him 2 hours ago screaming, "I could never be with a man like this." Swim continues to hide behind his fake laugh until the Twitch staff finally pulls the plug. This one's pretty good. There's some pretty solid pastas going around today, boys. Not bad. Not bad. We, of course, if you guys didn't notice, we nut drew off of our glimpse. This is an actual nut draw. Is this 2 nut? It's like, my hand might be 10. We might be 2 nut. Oh god, we're 2 nut. Oh Jesus. Oh, the 10 card hands. I can't even... parlay. Pay 1 mana to draw a card next turn. Oh. Oh. I mean, like, is drawing a card actually gonna do anything? That's good enough for me. I mean, I need to kill this Sejuani. This is truly the death of 1,000 cuts. We've dealt 1 damage twice, and we're gonna do it 4 more times. This Sejuani is going down, dude. Okay, here's number 3. No outsiders. Credit denied. I obviously shouldn't like hover spots like that. She's Overwhelm. Yeah, but, I mean, I still want to keep my unit alive rather than have 2 health here, I think. I've got a lot of health. It looks like I have 11, but in reality I have, like, 17, sort of. Not really. I don't know, I will say, a 3-mana 6/6 that buffs everything in my deck by 1/1 is a pretty good card. Uh-oh! Aww. Aw, jeez. Alright, seems good. That coral is super dead. Yeah, the coral is pretty dead. Imagine if he played Fizz. Well, Fizz can only cancel the ones that are targeting him, since each of them is separate. I don't know. It's an alright Fizz spot. I think I'd rather just have like more stats here though. So I stole his Hearthguard that was buffed by his Omen Hawk, and now I played his Hearthguard, stealing his buff to buff my deck with a buff that would have been his card that buffs his deck, and now he's taking my cards after I took his buff card that got buffed to buff my own deck, and his cards that he just took from me are now buffed with that buff. So we have the rare 9-card hand. I guess I can grift through here. Or is it Make It Rain? Because Sejuani's 3 out of 5, so it's not really that close to leveling up, right? If he's gonna like threaten the black market merchant, I kind of need to have played this one. Let's play Fizz first, because he can actually potentially be on Make It Rain, especially if he stole one of mine, and Fizz just denies that concept from happening. He could even be on a second Riptide. That's possible. Oh yeah, baby! Oh god, that feels so good. I've never felt anything better. I feel alive again, dude. Holy shit! I haven't felt this way in like 15 years. He probably didn't know about this interaction. Most people actually don't, I think. Lux emote? I'll Lux emote. What a toxic card Fizz is, man. Absolutely silly card. Look at that shit!
You're in trouble now.
I think I Yordle Grifter before the attack. Okay, so now I took his card. This one's not buffed, because I drew from his deck. He never... Okay, and now I'll play this card and buff my deck more. Great, got it. This is actually like the most simple interaction ever. I was trying to commit to the bit, but there's actually like there's no way we can make word salad out of what just happened. It's actually impossible. I tried. I really did. Aight! Whee! I don't know, I don't feel unhappy about any of these exchanges. Like the 6-3 into the 3-2 is the only one that kind of makes me feel a bit unhappy. I guess I'll leave it back. But my 3-3 is premium value. See, this is the weird thing to understand about board exchanges. I'm actually a little bad about this. I make mistakes sometimes just because I haven't played a ton of Magic. But there's a weird... It's because... So my 6-3 is not doing a lot because he's got a 3-2 that blocks, right? So his 3-2 goes into my 6-3. And that's going to mean I lose a 6-3 instead of a 3-3. But because of his board state, where his units also don't trade into my 3-3, the difference between having a 6-3 and a 3-3 doesn't really matter, right? Because his units both lose to the 3-3 as well. So because I don't value the +3 attack, even though his card gets value, I'm still better off swinging with everything here. Which is, yeah, like I said, this is something I sometimes mess up, just because, like, it's very weird to think about sometimes. And like I said, I haven't played as much like Magic the Gathering as most other card game players, and this is like that's the only game where that logic is really transferable. I've played a lot of other card games, I've played every other card game, but the unique interaction with like the blocker mentality is unique to Magic. Pretty much. I mean, there's niche card games where it applies as well. Like, you know, ones that use the same rules, but most digital card games don't. Draw one from the enemy deck. So why did it just draw from his deck? Wait, what? Okay, now I'm really confused. Come again? So his Sejuani isn't leveled up. Our death by 1,000 cuts is working beautifully here. Looks like a good turn for a Keg W. Normal situations mean that... So I think something to understand about how Powder Keg works as a card, it's important to realize that Powder Keg is not really that good with Withering Wail. It would seem like it is because, like, you know, multiplying 1 damage AoE is really powerful sometimes. And don't get me wrong, it's nice. It's a combination that you do sometimes. But to be able to play Powder Keg in the meta right now, you kind of need to have an extra spell, mostly against P and Z decks. Because, like, if you go in with 1 spell in Keg, they're gonna kill your Keg and stop it from happening. Which means you need more extra mana. Which means, like, Make It Rain, for example, works really well with Powder Keg. Because it's very common that you'll Make It Rain, and sometimes you have to Keg on the same turn, too, by the way. So it's like Keg into Make It Rain, into Vile Feast. You're never gonna have enough mana in almost any position to be able to have used Wail instead. But, of course, here we have a situation where he's short-handed on colors that can't really counter that. Okay, we're deep. The fact that we just went into deep should tell him... Well, actually, I guess it tells him nothing, because he knew that we got something off of Jaw Hunters before. So yeah, never mind. That tells him actually literally nothing. But he also has his Jaw Hunters card from the Jaw Hunters that we've never killed either. And he hasn't played his Sea Monster either. So he also has a Sea Monster that he could be playing soon, even this turn. I think I like playing Twisted Fate here for gold card? I don't know. Imagine playing Twisted Fate over this just super large dude. Like, this is a generally big thing, right? I don't know. Whatever, I'll do this. Can you guys... Ooh, that's quite loud. I don't know. I'm gonna gold card, and then he's gonna play his generally big dude, and his big dude is gonna make mine look tiny. Oh, God. Actually, his isn't really that big either. I guess we're in this together. So now here's the thing. It's like, I should draw here, because I could have something that gets out of this. There's actually... This is a really, really slow game to the point where I literally... There's a decent chance I will actually just lose to decking out. Which is kind of crazy, huh? Mostly my hand being on 3 salvage makes that a bit more likely. This is actually a good draw. It kind of looks almost like a bad draw, but it is indeed a nut draw here. Do I go in right now? I think I actually go in now, yeah. I'll just start taking his cards. So I think we can mill him. Wait! Wait! It's a visual bug, right? We're drawing from his deck, not ours. It's just visual. It's just visual. Okay, good. Okay, so we're just gonna win this by milling, I think. Looks good. So he's at 8 cards left in his deck, and we're at 11. So I'm gonna get Chum the Waters here, which is basically useless. Fizz is like... Fizz would be such a good card, but his 2 supporting spells are actual trash. Like, Playful Trickster and Chum the Waters are almost useless cards, both of them. So, like, his champ spell on the double draw, as well as his, like, leveled up payoff kind of both suck. If either one of those cards wasn't shit, Fizz would be actually really strong. He's competitive already as it is, even with both of these cards being, like, almost useless. I still have yet to actually use Chum the Water off of Fizz. Like, I always get it, and then I always just have better things to play. And I've played a good amount of Fizz. Wait. Oh, I see, I see. I missed what just happened, but it was, pick a card. So that's good for me, because he's threatening decking himself. So this is very, very, very interesting. He's aware of how deep his deck is. His Twisted Fate's leveling up. And with the level up, it's gonna force him to blue card too. Wait, am I stupid? I know he just played it. I thought it was closer than 4 though. Unless there was like a visual bug. Didn't I just hover that and wasn't it more than 4? Okay, maybe I am stupid. It's definitely possible. You guys ever wonder that? It's cause like, I kinda just need to like survive and nothing else matters. I could block with Fizz at the cost of using salvage. Oh god, keeping my health up actually does kind of matter though. Oh, but keeping my deck size up matters too. Oh, Jesus. And I need to use my mana efficiently. I have to chill here. But you guys ever wonder, like, what if you're just secretly dumb? Because sometimes that keeps me up at night. Because, like, the thing is, like, dumb people don't realize that they're dumb, right? So, like, it could be any of us. Any of us could actually just be dumb and we wouldn't know. We'd have no idea. It's a scary thought, huh? I'd have no idea. No idea. I guess I Starlight here. I don't know. Do I actually want to be buffing cards in my deck? Could it matter? Would it matter? How could it matter? So he just needs to kill me before he decks himself, and I just need to stay alive while I wait for his deck to go to 0. Oh god! Thank god we didn't salvage. Holy shit. He's drawing from our deck. Dude, if he takes my last merchant, I think I have 1 merchant left in my deck. If he just got it, unless I tossed it from salvage, because I've only played 2 this game, I think. It's honestly, this game has gone on for like 30 minutes now, and I'm going off my memory. I don't use a deck tracker. I kind of like want to build good habits for tournaments. That's a dumb statement because some people know that they're dumb. Well, no, it doesn't change anything. I mean, it can change the probability, but you're just, I mean, it's always going to be a possibility to be in the subset of people that don't, right? Like that, it's still the same exact concept. It's like you just really would never know. Okay, so I've got Yordle Grifter. I need this Allegiance to proc. Oh god, he's got 8 cards in his deck, same as me. Holy shit. Oh Christ. We've killed one of his Sejuanis. If he has multiple Sejuanis, we can just lose. Terror of the Tides can actually threaten a bit of a swing. Maybe. I think I'll just Yordle Grifter and see what we get, right? Has to be nice and proactive. He did use the pick a card, right? Okay, so we got double warning shot, right? God, could that be useful? Is there a way we can get like a surprise kill on him? No, it's just his Nexus. That's kind of the only thing that could possibly matter. I guess I just summon a unit? Keg is probably just too much value here though. I have to do Keg. So this one has been double buffed by both Hearth cards that we took from him. There's a chance I have to make it rain while he's at lower mana. And while it doesn't cost us an action on the attack. And then, I mean, we could deckhand too on top of that. Can he stop this 1 health thing from going off? It's hard for him to do it. I think I should just go in. I think this is actually safe. Like, this is gonna be my last chance to do this. He's drawing 3 cards. He's gonna have potential ways to stop this. I kind of need to just try it now. Worst case scenario, he stops the Keg, and then we warning shot for 3. I don't know. So we hit the payoff. His Twisted Fate is still alive, which I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing for us. I mean, he's decking himself off the Twisted Fate, but he's also killing us off of the Twisted Fate too. So his Twisted Fate levels here, and it starts with blue card.
I guess you can win them all.
So our deck is at 7 and his deck is at 3. And it's going down to 2 immediately off of blue card. And he can't draw anymore. He literally can't. Without just like losing the game. We actually have... Oh god, do we have an open attack here? Is that possible? How many Make It Rains has he played? How many Make It Rains has I've played? There's actually like, there's nothing better. Like we can put some actual pressure on him by doing this. Like, so he can see one of the warning shots in our hand. Because one of them was created by Grifter. And the other one was also created by Grifter, but it was drawn by Grifter. So he doesn't know we have the second warning shot in our hand. And this deck actually doesn't really have good kill ranges outside of that. And he also has to be more worried. He has to be more worried about his Nexus health. Or sorry, he has to be more worried about his card draw than his Nexus health. I think dragging the Keg was a mistake though, for sure. That was just like kind of pointless.
Something for all of you.
Okay, now all we have to do is basically just set up a wall. But yeah, we should have actually gotten in like this 2 extra damage off of not dragging the Keg. Okay. Are we using our big sea monster as just like an actual blocker? I don't know. There might not be enough threats at slow speed for us to not play Fizz there. I think there's enough though. I think there's plenty. It's like the odds that Sejuani is one of the cards in his hand is really, 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 really high. So it's like I play Fizz and then he like frostbites with Sejuani and develops a big blocker, and then we feel kind of screwed, right? So we're at 7 and he's at 2. He has to kill us really, really soon. I mean, I could Terror. Terror's really expensive though. Man, our health is really, really low. I think we probably have to salvage and see what we get. We're salvaging down to 3. That's pretty good. It's multiple blockers. I was kind of hoping for the other Twisted Fate. Having like the multi-blocker is nice though. So we're at 3 cards left and he's at 2. The big problem here is he will likely, his hand is probably double Sejuani, right? He's only played 1. He's almost certainly running 3. I think he's waiting on both Sejuani so that he can reshuffle and not mill himself. This is a decent top deck as well. Parlay. I can actually do a few things here. He probably has to play Sejuani before his attack. And Sejuani is pretty scary, but his blue card off of the Sejuani will draw him down to 0. And now he must have second Sejuani. So Sejuani's card is Fury of the North, which we have no ability to stop here. Oh god, what's left in the deck? Yeah, we can't draw. Yeah, this is probably not winnable at this point. I don't think there should be a way here. Man, if only we could draw. But salvage will just end the game here since the toss happens before the draw. Unless my bottom 2 is champions, which doesn't help me here. I mean, there shouldn't be a way to survive. If I could like Sea Monster while killing his challenger on the same action, we'd be good. We can't even gold card here. What if we red card with Twisted Fate? Could that be enough? Yeah, I mean, we actually can never survive this attack. I'll just salvage here. I'll take the easy way out. Man, that one was definitely winnable. In some of the exchanges in the past few cards, it of course it would help a lot if I was actually like tracking the deck patterns. Cause like knowing what's on the bottom of my deck in like the last 2 turns would definitely help. Man, that feels kind of bad though. There was no out. Yeah, there's no out there, guys.